Hello. It's Tuesday, the 12th of August, 2025. Welcome along to the channel, The Fifth Guardian. I'm your host, Tony Hunt, where today I'll be player of games or game. But as always, it's not my story. It's not your story. Today's story is competing in multiple series within Road Collection. That's because there's no motorsports today. And therefore, this is part one of that mini series. Okay, let's get the game on screen. A bit of game audio. All right. Few people in the chat on the YouTube side. Massiege Gamer says hello, hello, welcome, good to see you again. And virtual medical doctor Ayaka also says hello, hello back. Welcome both of you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying hello in the chat. Okay, so today is, excuse me, Tuesday, which means new online multiplayer tournament and new weekly time trial. And as a result, the potential of sales on either cars if you don't own them. My advice, don't buy a car in sales. Um, the odd exception, but definitely not when they're gold, going to cost gold. And obviously, what we're looking at today is the opportunity for discounted upgrades on the two cars that I clearly own because there's no opportunity to buy. So, upgrade sales on the Porsche Taycan Turbo GT and the Koenigsegg Jesko. Now, spoiler alert, I'm going to be doing both, but with a slightly different strategy on both, and I'll go through why. So, the Koenigsegg Jesko. Um, We've got 45% discount. So just to give you an example of how much that still is, if we go to drivetrain, even with a 45% discount, it's 118. Now, in fairness, I had engine at 3 out of 5 and body at 3 out of 5. So I've already done that, but I do have the figures in front of me. So how I always approach it is I add up the full cost of upgrading the car and then look at the rewards that are available. So let's have a look at the rewards that are available first. So if we click on the search, you can see there the cars in 4 series in total. It does have an exclusive series that only comes available when we fully upgrade the car, and it's in 3 other series. So let's go 1 through to 3 because typically the first um, series the car is in, it's more than likely to be top, and as the later series, it's more than likely not to be. So the winner takes it all series. The car is indeed the top car. The reward that's available for fully upgrading this series, bear in mind it's at 96%, is 33 gold. In addition, let's have a look at Speed Titans. That's season 3, fully upgraded already. Already got the Koenigsegg Gemera fully upgraded. Let's Go Jesko. Hope I said that right. Again, fully upgraded because the Jesko Absolute I upgraded there. So no more gold to be had apart from the 33, except in the exclusive series. Now, the exclusive series is worth 120 gold. So total rewards, 153. The problem is the total cost, including what I've already spent, is 309. No, sorry, my mistake. 547 gold against a reward of 153, which means an overall cost of 394. I'm still going to do it because there's not a lot going on, and you can see that I've got plenty of gold, so I'm going to take the risk. Now, I did have to upgrade the fifth engine and the fifth body, and that was our dollars. With a discount, that still costs 617,430. Not too bad from my perspective. Ozil says Koenigsegg is available for sale. Should I get it? I have 650 gold and 2.5 uh, million M dollars. So in terms of buying cars, no, no. No, so my advice is always avoid buying cars. The cars are always available, or eventually are always available to win, especially if they are costing gold, and especially the newer cars. So even though the car is 45% discount, I would always avoid buying a car if it's costing gold, if it's been in a previous event, and this has. So I would simply wait for that event to come about again, either as a flashback event or maybe a brand new limited series. They've gone on to say, I don't have a supercar. Should I get it or wait for Jesko Absolute or Bolide? I would simply suggest keep your gold and use it if you want to win a supercar or own a supercar, save your money for the next set of events where I'm sure there will be a supercar in the mix. That is what I would do. I wouldn't spend money on a car that's costing gold, especially if I know I can win it for probably a fraction of the price, knowing then it's already upgraded. That's what I would do. Typically, I try to only use the discounts in terms of upgrades. So applying upgrades after they've had that discount. Hopefully that makes sense. Hey, John says only one thumbs up and it's me. Well, thank you very much, John. Very much appreciated. Ozil goes, don't know how events will take time. Also, any leaks or updates about upcoming supercars? I don't have anything there, but typically, there are flashback events and there are also limited series events of previous cars. So I'm pretty confident there will be at least one in the next release. Virtual Medical Doctor Ayaka says Jesko is cheap now, but I prefer the Gamera. I will be waiting for the sale of the Gamera. Okay, I mean, as I said, I would always attempt to win the car rather than purchase it just because it's costing gold. You've got to maximize your use of gold. Massey Edge Gamer says Koenigsegg is popular car from Sweden. Yeah, yeah, because they're pretty impressive, pretty impressive. And Go also says Swedish power. Right. Anyway, so as I said, I already own the car. I am now going to fully upgrade the car with that 40% discount. Oh, that was good timing. My word, that was almost perfect timing. And there we go. We've got a fully upgraded car and we've opened up the exclusive series. I'm not actually going to be doing the exclusive series today. That'll be tomorrow. And now that I've fully upgraded it, we put the fully upgraded livery on. So the trims or the rims and metallic chrome black paint. There we go. I always like to make sure that the ride height is available. Apparently it doesn't do anything. Would have been cool if it did, but apparently it doesn't do anything, which is a bit of a shame. Right, so that's one car sorted and fully upgraded. Now I did say I'm doing different strategies on this. So the next car that's available with discounts, not as good discount, the Porsche Taycan Turbo GT. Now, the reason why I'm doing a slightly different strategy, if we come out of this and we now go into the road garage, it should be selected. Okay, I have, again, you can tell I'm going to do some upgrading because I've already applied an upgrade specifically on the body. So I've applied 2 upgrades on the body. The 5th upgrade was R and I've got that down at 289,100. So I wonder if that's with a 35% discount off that. So probably around 180,000 maybe. I can't remember, to be fair. But I have also applied the the body. Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't body. It was suspension. My mistake. Suspension. Now that cost 59, 59 gold. So the car sits with a PR of 69.7. Now the reason why that's important is you can see it doesn't have an exclusive series. It's only in one series, the Taycan collection, and that sits at 98%. So as soon as that series is fully upgraded, there's nothing more for the car to do. So I'm not going to fully upgrade that car. I'm just going to look to upgrade it to the 70.3 minimum specification. And I've tried to do this by applying the minimum amount of upgrades. Now, if I go to tyres, which will be a lot cheaper, you see that it's 52, engine is 68. So saving in terms of gold again, it will take it to 70.3. And so it will be available to race in that final cup. So the significance there is there's no point in applying upgrades to a car if it's not going to be available to race in other races. So my view on this is, yes, there's a discount on the car, but there's no point in fully upgrading it because it doesn't have an exclusive series. So if you do want to upgrade it, only upgrade it as far as you need to do to complete the series it's in. So the overall cost in terms of gold for me there is 111 gold. And in terms of reward for taking that to 100%, it's 30 gold. That's not too bad. That's overall just a cost of 81 gold. So that's all I'm doing with both of those cars. One's fully upgraded because it has an exclusive series. And as I said, I'm all about taking that road collection up to 100%. And the other car hasn't got an exclusive series. So I've just upgraded it as far as I can in terms of the series it's in. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. So Oozle says, so I think I need to control myself for 7 days to not buy it and have enough patience to wait for flashback events until decades, I guess. Possibly. I would suggest not. It might not be that car that's available immediately, but I assure you that there are plenty of flashbacks every release, and typically a release is 6 to 8 weeks, so there will be plenty of opportunities. Trust me. You will feel better. Imagine how I would look at it is, imagine to win the car costs you 550 gold, and that's, say for example, to upgrade to free across the board, and that's without a discount. That's just to win the car. I'm being hypothetical here, but the car itself, even with a discount, costs 650, but then you've still got to apply upgrades. Do you see what I'm getting at? You can do the event, win the car, earn gold from doing the event, earn R dollars from doing the event. That then opens up the series that it's in. You'll then earn R dollars and gold for doing each of those events. So yes, it's a bit more effort, but in terms of gold specifically and R dollars, it ultimately and overall costs you so much less. And it's so much more rewarding to win something than it is just to buy it, don't you think? I'll leave you with that conundrum. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Massiage Gamer says, today I got 50,000 M dollars. Well done. Keep it up. So, no motorsports today for me. It is all road collection. I'm going to start with and again, I'm applying a degree of strategy here. I'm going to start with the winner takes it all. Now, there is a little problem with this because the car, I need to win 2 races. So we've got at tier 19, the Grand Prix circuit at Circuit of America's Cup. That's 5 laps. And the Grand Prix circuit at Circuit de Catalunya. That's 6 laps. In addition, this car is the main car available in the time trial competition. So what I'm going to do first is in tier 19, I'm going to do the Grand Prix circuit. And would you believe it, just as we were streaming then, I've now got a free engineer to hire. So as long as I win, the durability of the car will remain intact, and that means I'll have plenty of opportunity to do the time trial. I'll then leave a little bit of durability so I can then do the cup in tier 20 and fingers crossed earn the 33 gold. Right, let's actually do some racing and shut up talking. Now I can't remember what this car is like in terms of grip. I've no doubt that this is really quick. So I'm going to stay out of trouble, it being Circuit of Americas, around the outside on the first corner. Hopefully we'll find myself somewhere around 11th maybe, there we go, 12th. The thing about Circuit of Americas, it's got lots of overtaking opportunities. Just take my time. Well, at least, I was about to say, at least I've not caused it to skid, but I almost got taken out there. So we're in 6th place, that's not too bad. It's a relatively well balanced car. The problem is the acceleration in this thing is just incredible. So you do have to brake early. There we go. That's another one got. Up into 5th. I'm actually in the perfect position for 4 laps left, 4 opponents to overtake. As long as I can keep control of this car, we're okay. Oh, see, there we go, a little bit of a slide. That's okay, we're in 5th position, 4 laps to go, 4 cars to overtake. And technically you could argue I've got the one for this lap. I'm going to slide out if I'm not careful though. Look at that, I've got 2nd. So I like to see myself as up a lap there. So all I have to do is spend the rest of the lap just catching these guys up, not pushing myself too hard. There we go. As I said, the Americas has got plenty of overtaking opportunities. There we go, into 2nd. We're doing all right. I mean, again, in fairness, another way of looking at this is because I've fully upgraded this car, the minimum PR for this event is now so much lower than the total PR of my car. So it should, in theory, be an easier cup to win. So I do understand the excitement about wanting to buy a supercar. I kind of get that. Honestly, I would just wait and to win one in the events. If you look back through my streaming catalogue, you'll see that in terms of competitions, there's a number of flashback events, and there's been quite a number of supercars or hypercars listed for winning in events. Now again, I own most of them, but yeah, you will, I'm convinced you will get your opportunity next release, which you say 7 days away. I mean, in fairness, the next release is 14 days away. I think I may have advised before as well, the best car to win this month, if you're a bit low on R dollars and gold, will be next week when there's a Porsche. I think it's the 911 GT3 2021. That should be available in this release in an event to win it if you don't own it. And from next Tuesday, that car will have 50% discount. Not just to buy, avoid buying it, on upgrades. So, yeah, that's not a hypercar, but it's not a bad car to own at all. And you can get it pretty cheaply as well. But that will be next Tuesday. Okay, look at this. We're in first. How much ahead are we? Not by much, 100 yards. Lap 4. Lap 4. I'll see the comments in the chat. I'll finish off this particular cup. We've only got half a lap to do and then another lap, and then I'll read the comments out. Right, okay. Yep, I'm seeing a lot of good questions here, so we'll go through it. Alright, so now I am on the final lap. I'm 400 yards ahead. Now, as Koenigseggs go, this car's okay. It's not bad. It's not quite as crazy on acceleration as some of the other cars. But obviously, being a Koenigsegg, it is still very crazy. We can see a back marker there. It's showing up on the map as well. There we go. We'll catch that up, I'm sure, before the end of the lap. So I actually think this is a well-balanced car. The problem is, because it is so fast, and I might have just messed up here, almost, you do have to brake earlier than normal. There we go, that marker overtaken. Might have been just a little bit of paint damage there, but it's okay. We've got Eric in the garage waiting to do the bodywork repair as always. It won't be a problem. There we go, there we go. Okay, so that is a good start to the stream, unlike yesterday where I was a complete disaster. All right, so Ozil says, so I think I need to control. Oh no, we've read that one. Ozil says, oh yeah, I understand now. I have to purchase it for 600, but in 600 to 700, I can max it out in event complete and get it for kind of free, only pay for the upgrades. That saves around a few million and 500, 600 gold. You are correct. I would add to that, you can normally win the car for less than fully upgrading, and then you just wait till the next set of discounts on that car, which probably will be, it won't be too far away, and then you fully upgrade it the next discount. So you're almost doing it in bits. The first bit is win the car, and then the second bit is once you've won the car, take it as far as you can in the series, but then don't apply any upgrades, and then wait for a discount on the upgrades to then upgrade the car as much as you need to, so you can complete all the series. If it's got an exclusive series, upgrade it to 100% and win that. That's kind of the approach. It then goes on to say, if Bolide comes in discount, still you will say to wait for its event to get. Yes, I mean the only problem is that it was in an event recently, so you might be waiting a little bit longer than that. But in terms of rather than focusing on a car, focusing on getting all the cars and taking the game to 100%, that is the methodology I would apply. If you're not interested in getting all the cars, maybe your approach in purchasing a car is the way. But if you are sort of like invested into the game and you do want to fully complete it, then I would suggest that's the way to go about it. Win the cars as cheaply as you can, which means having good racecraft, and then wait for the discounts to take the upgrades that you need to complete the series and open up an exclusive series if the car has it. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Uzul says, "What's your settings? How can you see cars as dots on the map?" Good, right. Good question. Now, this is something I did have to change in the game. Um, I don't think I need to go into the game to actually show that. I think I can come out here, go to settings. Yes, I think I can show you in display. Okay, so map settings. Basically, what I did is trial and error. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different map settings. And you are correct. On some of the map settings, it's hard to differentiate the color of the map and the color of the dot. And I found that the biggest difference was with green. So I've got it set to map display on, map zoom near. You could go far if you wanted to. I've just got it near. That works for me. And the map opacity set to 10. But I think not all of these colors, like if you go for white, it's a little bit hard to see the dots. Whereas green, I find it quite easy to see the dots. So that's where you change it. But again, everybody's different. That's just the color set I've gone for, making it easy for me to see the typically the back markers. That might sound a little bit arrogant, but yeah, when you're catching up on the back markers, you can see when they're ahead on the map. Right, okay, so I've won that. I've got one more race to win the winner takes all series. But what I'm going to do now is focus on the weekly time trial. Now, I've done this the last couple of weeks, and it does seem to work in terms of just improving. So, yes, we've got the Jesko. Look at this. We've got a full set of cars, fully upgraded. That's a rarity. So we can have a lot of fun with this. Because what I'm going to do is really do lots of racing and get to practice. Now, no surprise, the Jesko is the best car this week, looking at the leaderboard. My team have got a mixture of cars. No, they've just got the sensor, my mistake. And in turn, well, it'll just show. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the Lamborghini, a Sensor CCV12. I've got that fully upgraded. I'll have a couple of goes at it. This is like just practice, warm up. I've got the opportunity to race different cars. Let's have a bit of fun. So Aloe enters the chat, welcome along, asks, hello, have you completed the Legend Career campaign series? I've opened up all the series, but I haven't got 100%. So I seem to have fallen lucky today. It feels like the cars are pretty well balanced up to this point. I mean, it's a Lamborghini again, and I'm saying it's well balanced. It's like a contradiction in terms. There we go. Now, I'm probably not setting the world's fastest lap. But I will have a go a few times just to see what time I have set. And then I'll move on to the middle car before attempting to hopefully get into Group C at the very least with the Jesko. Right, so a 137.971. Oh, I've got to Group F. So I'm not going to go round straight away. I'm going to have a look and just see where I sit comparatively to everybody else. Won a VP reward. That's always nice. Thank you very much. Okay, there we go. I've got a bit of improvement to be had. A lot of people are setting faster times, so I must have really been going slow there. So let's see. Let's see if we can improve on that. I've got to improve by 3 seconds. Well, there's a second already. I must have been dawdling. There's 2 seconds. 3 seconds. There we go. 5 seconds, just about. I was proper dawdling the time before. Six seconds. There we go, 6.5-ish. Not bad. Lord Night Moon says hello. Hello back, Lord Night Moon. Welcome along. Thank you for watching. Thank you for saying hello in the chat. Same to Eloise as well, obviously. And Druba Dutter says, hey, I'm back. Indeed you are, sir. Druba says, what a lap. Well, it was only E because I was using the weaker car in the series, but it was a significant improvement on my previous best lap. So we're in E. Let's have a look. I'm 6 seconds away from getting into D though. And there we see the significant difference between the cars. Top of the leaderboard by a bit. Okay, we'll move on to the middle car, I think, and let's see what that can do. So that was 88.9 minimum PR. I mean, look at that. It doesn't really change a great deal. I mean, not obviously. Well, it does actually. What am I on about? There we go. Now, the Bugatti Chiron Sport. Now, I wonder if this is going to be a little bit all over the place. Let's see what happens. I'm going to take it easy, so I don't want to go flying off. But apparently I've got to be 6 seconds quicker. Well, there's the second. Yeah, definitely a lot harder to grip this car, but it's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. 2 seconds up. I like doing it like this. I'm going to start doing it like this going forward. It's a lot more fun. 3.5 seconds up. Oh dear. Oof. 4 seconds up. Thought it was off then. 5 seconds up. Oh, lost it a bit there. There we go, 5 seconds up. So I remain in Group E with the middle car. Ozil says, crazy acceleration the Bugatti has. Indeed. Alois says, was thinking of your approach versus how about just focusing on unlocking and completing that Legend series with the highest fame payout, which is double in less time. So I wouldn't necessarily argue about opening up those series all the way from amateur up to legend. Just be wary that some of those cars do cost gold, would be my only concern there. And they started doing the events and started adding cars to the Legend series. So a lot of the cars in the Legend series do indeed cost gold. And we do have flashback events to win some of the cars in that series. So be mindful is all I will say. A lot of the cars in that series not do cost our dollars. So it's not that all those cars in Legend are gold drainers, but a number of them are. So I would approach it from the point of view of getting as many of the cars that cost our dollars, buying those, and seeing what cars come available in flashback events to win, and approach it that way. Right, so I'm gonna have another go at this. I'm only 0.7 from getting into D. So long as I get into D, we'll then move on to the top car, the Jesko. But this has been quite good fun. I've quite enjoyed this, a little bit of racing. Oh, this might be tough. This might be tough. Oh dear, look at that. My lead has been wiped out. Not had a particularly good lap this time round. Wow. Oh dear. There we went off. Haven't set a faster time this time. We'll have another go with this. We'll have another go. Just get that done as quickly as possible. One more go. Can I get this car into Group D? Let's try again. Oh, I lost it again. We are 0.6 up. I think I need to be 0.7 something though, so a little bit to go yet. Yeah, look, my lead has been wiped out again. I haven't got that corner right this time. I think I must have set pretty good time with that. So maybe I won't beat it. It might be time for the Jesko to come out. Yeah, a little bit limited with this car. Well, there we go. We've had 2 goes and we haven't got any quicker with that car. So we're going to do the next lap with the Jesko. I'm pretty sure I'll get into D. Question is, will I get into C? Let's have a look. Okay. So this car has probably just better grip. Maybe nothing too much difference in terms of acceleration. Oh, I say that. Ah! Tony, you're wrong. Yeah, so I see. This car flies. Problem is you do have to brake early. Oh dear. And that's what I had forgotten. Oh dear. Let's try that again. So this car is fantastic, but as I said while I was doing the race, you do have to brake early. Otherwise you're in trouble. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's see if we can push this home while braking early. Oh dear, that's the lead wiped out. Gonna find it a bit hard. Look at that. Not faster. Aaron C. John says hello. Hello back, Aaron C. John. Welcome along. Ozil says the Bugatti's acceleration seems far better than the Koenigsegg. I think it's more of a case the Bugatti actually has not quite the top speed, and so you're having to brake early with the Koenigsegg. Ozil says, I was seeing Koenigsegg has top speed of 400 plus. Why it's 320? Then I saw miles per hour. Yes, I work in miles per hour. Miles per hour. Let's try again. So we haven't got out of Group D yet. What am I doing? Yeah, I think the problem with this car is you just have to brake early. So all the braking points, and sometimes that's the problem with practicing with other cars, you've got to relearn, but I just enjoyed the fun of that. Right, so this is where I keep losing it. There you go, that's better. I just say that's better. Look at that. I'm only 3/10 up. I need to be 7 just to get into D. Okay, there we go. We have at least set a faster time, but that was hard work. That was hard work. A 124.876 out of D and well into sorry, out of E and well into D. I've got at least 2 more goes, so let's see what we can do. There we go, a little bit quicker again. Blimey, this has been hard work. So Aaron C. John says the Jesko Absolute just beat Rimax 0400 record. That's impressive. Oozle said, I heard this car is slippery and difficult to control compared to the Bolide. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I think it depends on the track. I'm struggling around this track. Right, I'm going to do one more go with the time trial with this car, and then we'll complete the winner takes all series. We're in D. We're only 0.771 away from C. So even if we don't get that today, I'm confident I will get into C yet again. Yeah. It's close. Oh, I've just blown that. I've just blown that. So, okay, so I haven't gone to see just yet, but I'm confident that I will. I'm only 0.7 seconds away. And you saw there until I made that mistake, I was 0.5 seconds up. So I'm confident I can get into C yet again. Confident I can't get into B yet again. There we go. So Druba Dutta says you are gaining time while oversteering. How? It's probably a slight false illusion because I think once I'd done that, um, it did knock the time back. But sometimes by taking a slightly different path, it means you can get your acceleration down early and then therefore increase the lead. So it is just all about not looking at a single moment, but looking at the whole lap. So there's quite a number of areas where it looked like I was flying away, but then I got caught. So that's how it is. Aaron C. Johns says, is the Porsche Taycan Turbo GT worth fully upgrading? My answer to that is no. And the reason why my answer to that is no is because there is no exclusive series. So if I was to upgrade it, I would only upgrade it. And that's exactly what I've done. And I'll be doing that race a little bit later on. I would only upgrade it as far as you need to complete the only series this car is in. So they are. I've only upgraded it to 70.3. It doesn't have an exclusive series. It's not worth fully upgrading. Okay, so still on with the Jesko though. We're going to go back to season 1 and we're going to do the second race that was left to do in the Winner Takes It All series. Tier 20, the Grand Prix circuit at Circuit de Catalunya. James Binder enters the chat. Welcome along and says, this week's time trial, I'm not competitive. I just have a loaner car. It happens. And I would just suggest when you do have that, if you loan the car, if you've got plenty of R dollars, just put level 1 upgrades on them, which only cost R dollars, and then just set the fastest time that you can. Even though you're saying you're not competitive, you'll be earning a number of gold. The key is to be faster than somebody of, if you like, your same comparison. So that will be the key. Now, ironically, if everybody had the same cars as I wouldn't even be in Group D. I'd be all the way down in Group F. So I'm looking from the point of view that not there are people out there that have better racecraft than me, but they don't have the garage that I have. Ozil says, have you bought any car till date or got all of them from events like you advised me? No, I haven't got all the cars from events. So typically all of the cars from Pro-Am, Pro, Expert, Master, Elite, most of the cars in Elite, not all of them. Most of these cars I haven't won. Now I'm just going through and let me see if I can find a car that was in a competition. Yeah, some of these cars have been in competitions before. Like I'm sure the Brabham BT62 and the McLaren Senna. But yeah, typically these early series, Pro-Am, Pro, sorry, forgotten one, Amateur, Pro-Am, Pro, Expert, Master. As I said, Elite, Legend, some of those cars in each of those series, there's been the opportunity to win those cars. Now, sometimes the problem is there are now so many cars in this game. So if I just come out to road collection, you've got 324 out of 326 cars there. So the possibility of the 2 remaining cars being in a competition by flashback. So I've got a similar issue. There are 2 cars. Let me go to the exclusive. There we go. The BMW M1 and the Ferrari FXX Evo. I haven't bought those cars. Both of those cars cost gold. And I'm holding on for flashback event to come on either of those cars, and I'll just wait until they become available. That's how I approach the game. I think overall it's a good strategy. Hopefully that makes sense. So Ozil says, so still, Master, you got all cars from our dollars. Yes, yeah. So basically, my view on cars costing our dollars, I haven't got a problem with it because you do earn our dollars all of the time. It's gold that's precious. So even if you don't have lots of our dollars at the moment, you will get lots of our dollars if you carry on playing the game. So I don't have a problem about purchasing cars that cost our dollars. I'm always hesitant to purchase cars that cost gold. Now, I have made a couple of exceptions in the past. Again, they're sort of like if you look at some of my previous live streams, I've given a reason why. So one example, let me just have a look, see if I can remember where it was. I think it was in Pro-Am. Was it in Pro-Am? Here we go. Right. So the Japanese Sport Showdown. Yeah. Now, the Nissan Silvia was obviously our dollars. But the other car in that series is the Honda S2000 GT. Now, the problem with this car, and it's quite unique, in that it's the only car in the game that costs gold, and every single upgrade costs gold. It's not a massive amount, it's quite a small amount. So what I did is I used a 50% discount on, not on that car, but that was available to me in the VP rewards to purchase it. And the reason why I did that is its last event was in 2018. That's 7 years ago. So I kind of figured there's probably not going to be an event for that car. So I took the risk. But that's how you should approach it. Buy cars that are our dollars. You've got lots of opportunity to win cars. So look at the events that are in each of the releases and pick and choose what you think the best cars are for you. But win those cars, never spend gold buying those cars would be my approach. The key thing is, though, is making sure you're half decent at the game in terms of racing. So you do need to start, if you haven't done already, start removing the assists. That's what you've got to work on. Can you race the car without assists? If you can do that, you should be able to win the cars in the events. Right, where was I? Oh, yes. So I was doing the Season 1, winner takes all, Koenigsegg Jesko. So somebody says there are very few cars that you can buy with our dollars, and they are all in the beginning of the game. That is correct, but it's not a few. You know, there's actually quite a lot of cars. Then you have to use gold to buy them. Better keep your gold to get the cars from events. Exactly, that's what I've just said. I absolutely agree with you, 100%. Ozil says so. Bolide came some time ago, so the next event won't be soon. So still, it isn't worth it to get it from gold. No, just wait. Play the waiting game if you can. You have plenty of cars to win. Right, let's do some racing. We've done enough talking again. So, Tier 20, 6 laps around Circuit de Catalunya. The minimum PR is 98.4. I fully upgraded the car to 100.2 because it opens up the exclusive series this car is in. Let's go. So Ozil says, I am unlocking a lot of cars from Pro-Am Amateur Series and making everything out. It's good, right? Well, hopefully. Hopefully, yes. The only thing I would say is normally when you open up the showcase for a car, they normally offer you a 20% discount, which I seem to remember is only available at the point in which you open the showcase. So for cars that are costing our dollars, to get an additional 20% when you open up that car's showcase tier, it normally offers you, or at least it used to, I'm not sure anymore, it normally offers you a 20% discount. That's like there and then. I don't think it's timed. But again, even if that's not the case, it's only our dollars. And you earn our dollars at every single race that you do on the road collection side. Right, so lap 1 almost over. I'm in 4th, made that 3rd. I'm not having to go quite as fast, so I feel a little bit more in control. There we go. So after this, 5 laps to do. I was about to say 2 cars to overtake, oh dear. Use the grass to slow me down there. But I've actually got just 1 car to overtake. And Keith Reddy enters the chat. Welcome along. Says, as an intermediate player who's very good at racing, if I wanted to buy a car and unlock new series in the motorsport section, which should I try and buy? I would start with the 2019 Formula One cars. The reason being is one, they only cost $M to buy. 2, they only cost $M to upgrade. And 3, you've got 5 events available to win 5 of the 10 Formula One 2019 F1 cars, and it's a good way of being introduced to F1 as well. And obviously, you're not spending any gold, so it's win. The only thing you probably need to make sure is I believe the events are timed, so you just need to make sure you've got enough M dollars to upgrade the cars enough to win them. Abhinav S. Mohan says hi. Hello. Welcome along to all of you. Okay, so I'm easily in 2nd. And I've got 4 laps after this still to go. So we should be all right to complete this particular series. And then this car will be back on Friday in its exclusive series. There we go. So, there we go. A little bit off track there. Just about stayed on track there. So I'm in first before. Now I think it was Ozil that was asking the question. So look at the map. You can see quite clearly the dark green dot. So that's why I chose the green map, because the green dots are so much easier to see. I struggled with red, I struggled with black, and I definitely struggled with white. But a green map, for me, seems to work. Right, we're back on his tail. Let's get him here. Oh. Let's build up that lead. That hurts. Nevertheless, still in the lead. 2 laps to go after this one. I'm only 100 yards ahead though, so I do need to book my ideas up. $200 yards ahead. So daisy. Off again. Not quite. A little bit. Okay, let's see a few more questions. I shall answer them after this race. So I'm in the lead. This is the penultimate lap. I'm about 200 yards ahead, I'd say. And there we go, back markers being caught as well. Well, lost it there. Going into the final lap. Fortunately, for some reason, the computer opponents, although they can overtake you very easily, cannot overtake back markers. So I think so long as I keep a few back markers between me and second place, there won't be a problem. Go. Final part of the last lap. And in first by 400 yards, that's easily enough. There we go. First, another series completed. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, service the car. It's not free and it's not instant. So Ankeith Reddy asks a very good question. Oh, actually, there's blimey. I think they've almost disappeared off screen. Hold on, I've got to go back up. Good grief, was I not paying attention? Oozle asks, oh yeah, good question. Yeah. If I complete 2019 F1 cars, I will own 5 F1 cars plus the 1 Mercedes-AMG, right? Yes, that's correct. If you complete all of those 5 special events, as well as winning an F1 car for each of those events, you do win the safety car as well. That's correct. Ankeith Reddy says, what about GT3, GT4, IMSA and more? They all cost gold. So my advice is probably just to hold off until they're available to win. And not race them because they cost, especially the IMSAs, they cost an absolute fortune. I don't think I own a single IMSA because they cost so much. So I can show you that very easily. So if we go into Motorsports, again, you'll notice I've focused on road collection, 81% completion, motorsports, 64% completion. Another thing about motorsports is you don't need all the cars to complete the series. or A series. So if we go to IMSA, there we go. Look at that, 87%. Now it actually says I own 3 of the 4 cars, but I would have won them. There's no way I'm spending that amount of gold on a car that doesn't really help. And as you see there, I've probably won the car. Yeah, there we go. 23, 21 upgrades. There we go. So I've probably won these cars at some point in the past and then left them well alone. And then I'm just waiting to hopefully get some sort of discount. The problem is the car that I would want the discount on is the Ferrari 488 GT3, and there seems to be some form of embargo on discounting Ferrari cars in the game at the moment. So don't know on that one. So, all right, okay. So, whoever he is says best farming for new players. I am over level 800. Are in the master tier. The Ferrari Showdown event. Use F40 to go for 4 rounds at Le Mans. Best fame and odd dollars till that point. Yes, I do remember doing that. The F40. Um, I also remember before that doing 5 laps around Suzuka for the BMW ALMS car as well. But you talk, that's a long time ago now, a long time ago. My level isn't as high as yours. I'm only at 600 plus. So well done and welcome along. Ozil says, but how will you own F40 in the first place if you're a new player? Correct, Ozil. You won't. So in terms of what you need to do is literally get those early series completed as best you can, or just repeat some of the races. And typically, the endurance races or the cups towards the end of each of those series. Um, it's a graft. It's hard work. But it is rewarding. And if you are relatively new, whereas I think somebody said they took or it's a little bit later on, 4 to 5 days before they go up a fame level, you should go up a fame level a little bit quickly because your fame level at the moment isn't so high. So yeah, just spend the time racing, trying to progress in terms of series completion. You'll go up fame level, you'll earn R dollars, and hopefully have a bit of fun. Um, there we go. So hopefully that answers that question. And Keith Reddy says, "Good question." Yeah. So I mean, again, typically what I did is when I was starting out, I would literally just pick a race that I enjoyed doing that had quite a few laps on it, and I would just do that. So there is no easy answer. You won't get a number of the long races until you've opened up some of the later series. So it's just a case of racing what you can. In your case, I'm hoping what would happen is you've got the opportunity of always progressing in terms of a series completion. So not only are you earning R dollars, but once you hit over 50%, 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100%, you're earning gold. Hopefully that helps. Ozil said this car jumps a lot in regards to the Jesko when off-roading. Yes, it's again due to the speed. Due to the speed. And Keith Reddy says, is there any great way for grinding gold in the game? Short answer to that is no. There is a long answer to that. And he goes on to say, because I spend too much time watching ads and it takes 4 to 5 days to cross the player level. By player level, I believe you're talking about going up a fame level. Well, for me, it takes at least 2 weeks now. And I play this most days. Playing ads is an okay way, but the problem is in terms of how they structure it. You get in terms of time spent versus reward, it's normally the first 30 ads that you get the most amount of gold and the most amount of R dollars. The other area that you can go to is, if I can click on it, if I click gold, you can click and earn, and it gives you the option of you can earn gold by playing other games that have a relationship with this game. So, like for example, at the moment, I've got a game going in the background there. Um, be careful when you're doing this because it's yeah, just be careful what you're doing here. Uh, but you'll see there are some that have got one gold, and all that does is you go to the website, and it gives you a gold. It doesn't always give you a gold, so that bit can be quite easy. The problem is obviously it's not part of the game, and lots of people want to earn gold in the game. So the only way that you can do that is on a weekly basis, doing the weekly time trial, doing the online multiplayer tournament. So you've got that. Then, in addition, depending on how new you are to the game, you'll have all your achievements. So the little cup down the right hand corner. Now you see there, I've pretty much earned everything, but every achievement earns you gold. So again, have a look through this if you're not focused, see what you can do, and go ahead and do it and earn the amount of gold that it gives you. And then obviously finally just open the game daily and every day you get a reward. Some days that reward is R dollars, some day it's gold, some day it's M dollars, and sometimes it's fame. So like it'll give you 100% fame on the penultimate day of the month. So again, if you get that, what I would also do if I go into just road collection anywhere, pick a track that you know is earns you lots of reward, and double up, hire the agent. So you have 5 crew you can hire on a daily basis. Make use of them. I would ideally focus on the agent. The agent earns you double fame. So double fame plus double fame equals lots of fame. And that's a good way of speeding up that process of going up a fame level, which obviously earns you gold. So I do actually have a video on my channel. I believe when you subscribe, it should be the default video on the homepage, and I think it's called Harvesting Gold. If you don't want to subscribe, just do a search through my channel for either Harvesting Gold or Go Gold Harvesting, and I go through all the different ways in which you can earn gold, both in terms of on a daily basis and also a weekly basis. Right, let's have a look. There's lots of messages, so sorry if I've skipped any. So Aaron C. John says there is no easy way to get gold. You have to grind for it, complete series and level up. So there we go. That was my short answer. My long answer was here are different ways in which you can earn gold. Yeah, yeah, and obviously Anki says, well, like tricks and tips. Yeah, there are different ways in which you can earn gold. There are some in the game to do with driving, and there are some not directly in the game to do with playing adverts. There we go. Notorious 380 says, so you speak French? I do not, I'm afraid. But welcome along anyway. Drew Dutter says you have currently 16 live watching. Is it the highest? It's about that. I've had it as high as 20 before, but thank you all for watching, and thank you for the comments. It's quite good. So again, the guy whose name I can't pronounce says, "Go for Le Mans. It is the one paying the most fame per minute." It does depend on whether people have them. People that are early in the game won't have the option to race Le Mans, but it is. The problem with Le Mans is it's boring. I find Le Mans boring, but I'm not arguing. The 10-lap Le Mans is a good way of earning fame, especially if you use an agent as well. So Oozle says, how old are you? I am 54 years old. And Keith Reddy says, don't you love doing this, huh? You've helped me to finish the Lotus Emira GT4 series. Well done, and Keith. Well done. That's what I like to hear. Success. It's never easy. But you know, another series I've got is practice makes better. If at first you don't succeed, just give it another go. As you've seen today with my time trial, I'm only in D, but I keep improving. I'll get to C. I'd like to get to B at some point, but probably not today. Right, I've lost where I am. So we've done the Jesko. Blimey. So we've done the Jesko today, which was in the time trial. We're going to do online multiplayer tournament, but I'm going to keep a bit back. So if we go in, let's have a look at the cars available. We've got the Taycan Turbo S, that's at 60. We've got the GTR Nismo, 62.5, and the Taycan Turbo GT, which I've upgraded. And I'm not going to upgrade it anymore. I've upgraded it to 70.3 so I can complete the cars series. For me, there's no point in fully upgrading it because there's no exclusive series. So again, there's another example of maximizing how you spend your gold. If a car has 50% discount, a lot of people out there say, oh, when you get a 50% discount, fully upgrade the car. Well, not if it has, not if it doesn't have an exclusive series. By all means, take advantage of that 50% discount, but make sure what you spend is at least giving you some gold back. So if the car only needs 24 out of 28 upgrades to complete the series it's in, and that's the only series it's in, that's where I would stop upgrading the car. Right, so I'm going to start off with the Porsche Taycan Turbo S because I've not done any online multiplayer tournament racing yet. Last week I did earn 8 gold. That's not bad. It's not brilliant, but it's not bad. We'll start off with the Taycan, being sort of like almost seen as a new person to this week's tournament. Have a couple of races and then move on to the car at the top of the list. Now somebody's already left. That's always a good start. Oh man, I've got the full. Oh dear. Of course, I'd forgotten the problem with the S is it's rubbish. And it whines like R2-D2 when it can't get round the corner. So I'm hoping this is the full Grand Prix circuit. Take the time again. Car seems to be better than everybody else on track. So I can take my time just a little bit just to get first. I'll tell you what, I'm not doing this car again. Do you know why? Because I can't stand how it whines. It's a horrible little thing. Fortunately, the GT version of this is nowhere near as bad. So we will move over to we won't have another race with this because it just whines like a horrible R2-D2. Or as some of you have said in the past, a vacuum cleaner. But it's an easy way when you're opening up the online multiplayer tournament to get some gold on the board. There we go. That is victory. We'll now have to wait half an hour for everybody else to finish. Yunus enters the chat and says, hi Guardian, hello back, welcome along. Thanks for watching, thanks for saying hello in the chat. And Keith Reddy says, completed in 2 days. Well done indeed, excellent. Drew Badutter says, why does it sound like Formula E? Because it's an electric car. Because it's an electric car. And they probably haven't got loads of different sounds for electric cars. Ozil says it's an annoying sound. Indeed it is. I agree. I won't torture you to that sound again. I do apologize. 102 rating points earned. Takes me up to 602. I'm sure that's higher than... Oh, yeah, that's right. 614, or is it 618? Yes. 618 is when you go up to 5. So we'll avoid that. We're going to go straight to the Taycan Turbo GT. Hopefully I've got... Oh, yeah, I didn't fully upgrade it. So I'm just going to do one go for today. And then I'm going to do the... complete the series this car's in. And then this car will be back on Friday, doing more online multiplayer racing. Now you see, that's not so bad, is it? Now the other cars that you're whining are the S version, not this GT version. As we leave them way behind, the moaning won't be quite so bad. It's still got a little bit of a whine, but it's not as bad as the S. Oh, there we go. So a lot of people push hard on this. How I approach this, and again, not that I do particularly well at it, but because the cars disappear as you get close to them, I approach it from the point of view of just trying to set the fastest lap as if it's a time trial competition or a weekly time trial. Because it's almost like... Oh, did you see I've made a mistake there? Made a mistake there. It's almost like you're not racing against anyone else, really. You're just trying to set the fastest time. Oh, dear. Now, in fourth, there's a possibility of actually getting a negative score, so I do need to at least get to second. I can see me getting to second. I can't see me getting to first at the moment. Oh, and I've messed up again. Oh dear. There we go. Negative points. So the other car might have whinged and moaned, but this car is a little bit harder to drive. So that's a bit of a disaster. Oh, at least oh, hang on. We're gonna get both of them. There we go. So I finished fourth. So not a complete disaster in the end. But I won't have scored any points, so I won't have taken it up to 5. Right. Ozil say, yeah, this sound is fine. Thank you very much, sir. Right, okay. Did we score any points? I doubt it. Well, we did, 23. Well, that's taken us up to... That's taken us up to 5. Let's exit out of there. We'll leave that there for today. We'll leave that there. That's a good start. 5 gold. Not necessarily in the bag, because we could then lose 5 in a row. I'm sure I won't. But that's not the best track for it. Now, you do get different tracks every day, so hopefully tomorrow's tracks will be better. And hopefully, more important than that, when we next stream this car, which will be Friday, the tracks will be spot on. So, Taycan Collection. It's another series I can complete with the car as I've upgraded it. 30 gold on offer. Currently sitting at 1,944 gold. Really happy with that. Now, it's Real Racing 3's own fault. They only had 2 new cars in this release, and then they decided to make it 8 weeks. Don't know why. So 4 laps around the Red Bull Ring Grand Prix circuit. Now, I always find when I've done a bit of online multiplayer tournament, I'm expecting all the cars to disappear in front of me as I try to overtake them. Obviously, now that I've said it, I will remember and dive out the way. Again, I like to... Oh, come on, man. Get out of my way. I like to go around the outside, but I absolutely messed that up because I did brake way too late. I'm going to cut across the grass, just because they're not leaving me any space. And when I get invited into the steward's room at the end of the race, that's what I'm going to say. Well, they gave me no space, I had no choice. Tell you what, I'm going to have to go some to win. It's only 4 laps and I'm only in 12th. But that's, to be fair, because I messed up right at the beginning. Oh dear. Whoa, I tell you. Oh, we're not having fun with this car. It's like skating on ice. So up to this point with this car, all the cars before this were okay, but this is proving to be hard work. Right, so I'm going to have to go some. I've only got 3 laps to go and eight cars to overtake. So I've sort of got to do 3 cars a lap. That's a big ask. I mean, I could restart, but I'm always one of these that I like to... It's like, serves yourself right for messing up. You're going to have to go through it and live with the pain. Yeah, I'm not going to win. I'm not going to win. I think I need to overtake another 2 cars. Just have an outside chance. This car has got no grip. Okay. Well, it's not a complete disaster. Well, that is though. Right, so we're in 6, 5 cars to overtake, 3 laps to do it in. In fairness, they're pretty close. So, almost got him. I need to overtake 5th because 5th and myself are dropping back from the leading pack. A little bit of a dive. There we go. Up into 5th. Oh dear. All I was doing there was using the grass to slow me down because I did brake too late. Oh, do I not like this car? Yeah, so I'm not going to get first. So this car will definitely be back on Friday. Because I can't see me having any durability left. I've got to overtake 4 cars in 1 lap. Not a chance. Ugh. Well, we'll call that one a bad day at the office, but the car will be back on Friday and I'll have another go with it then. No. There we go. 4. Disappointing. Ozil says, yeah, I would have just restarted and completed it in the time it took me to not restart and win it. Probably, but you know, that's half the fun. This is the difference between playing at home and streaming. I have to live with the pain of failure. And it's not a problem because I'll just win it another day. So we'll leave that there. So that'll be back on Friday. Didn't win it. Never mind. So that's the cars associated with time trial and online multiplayer tournament done. I've completed one of the series. I've got another series to do. In regards to exclusive series, the Koenigsegg Jesko will be back also on Friday. We'll look to take that series to 25%. Obviously not today because it's now being serviced, but we also do have the Mercedes-AMG GT Black Series, which was one of the discounted cars from last week. So today, the plan here is to take this car over this series over 75%, earn 30 gold, and get 50,000 dollars as well. And I'm going to do it by trying to win the small races. So first up, autocross. So I'm also not a big fan of this car, but it's already way better than the Taycan GT. Oh, and I'm not going to get first, so I'm going to have to do that again. So Melvin Lee says, so far time. Okay. And Ozil says, yeah, makes sense if I would be streaming. I won't be putting bots into walls and take shortcuts at 350 miles per 350 kilometers an hour. Fair enough. Why did you do only selected races from exclusive events? A lot of people don't like the big long races. So what I tend to do in an ideal world in exclusive series. So I used to do all the quick races first and then do all the long races at the end to get 100%. Whereas I've sort of switched that around. So off screen, I'll do Hunter and Endurance. So the reason why I do those is because it's a lot easier to put the game in offline mode, and therefore you're just having to beat the bots rather than a copy of a human opponent. That's quite hard to do when I can't do that when I'm streaming because the game has to be online to be able to stream. So typically at 25%, I'll do sort of like elimination to get it over 25% so people can just see what I'm doing. Then off screen, I'll do some of the big races because they're long and people get bored watching them. And then I'll do a similar sort of thing for 50%, do some of the mid-range races. I did do a long race yesterday, and everybody complained about being bored. So yeah, I try to avoid it. But in an ideal world, I try to um, do the short races to get to 75% and then up to 100%. It feels a lot more rewarding doing it that way around. So that's why I'm leaving I've left the autocross and the speed snap and the drag races to the very end because it's like it doesn't take a lot of effort to get from say 50% to 75%, but the rewards at 75% are so much greater. So Ozil says, so endurance and 20 laps or time taking races you do offline. I try to, yes. Not always. I have done in the past a 20 lap F1 race on a stream, but it takes half an hour. In fact, it takes a lot more. Sometimes it takes a lot more than half an hour. So yeah, I just think it's a bit boring. It's a bit boring for me to do, so it must be boring for people to watch. Yeah, I can't get there. I'm struggling with that one. We'll do that one more go. Twice I finished fifth, and then we'll move on to another one and come back to that. I've lost my way a bit at the moment. So what have I got to be? 51.8. Let's see if we can do it. Come on. me. See, look, the speed, I lose grip, and that's cost me seconds. That will have cost me seconds. Yeah, that was so close that time. Managed to get fourth. I think I would have got first if I hadn't skidded, so I'm going to give that another go. So Ozil asks, offline as in off stream. Yes, basically, if you do stuff offline, you only get to race against the computer bots, which are slower. And the reason why I can't do that on stream is because the moment I go offline, there is no stream. So what you're seeing on screen at the moment is the iPad online. Oh, what is going on? The iPad online. I'll skip this autocross because I'm just not doing very well at it, and we'll come back to it. The iPad is online. It's using AirPlay to present the video and audio to an AirPlay receiver on my laptop, and obviously that's what I'm streaming to you guys via YouTube or via Rumble. Ugh. Let's have a go at this speed snap then. Speed snap around the Bugatti circuit. What have I got to do? 127.5 miles per hour. I don't need to rush around here. It's going to be all around how I take this corner and then accelerate. There we go. Managed to get first. That was a bit close for a second. So Usul says offline as in off stream, yes, but also with no Wi-Fi, correct? Or data, right? I'm not entirely sure what you mean by data. There's obviously data in the game, but in terms of communicating out to the Real Racing Free servers, that obviously won't happen. So Ozil then asks, so should or can I play the whole game offline, like on aeroplane mode? So aeroplane mode is slightly different, to be fair. I literally turn Wi-Fi off on my device. But you can't do the whole game like that. Specifically, you can't really do online multiplayer tournament, obviously, because you need to be online. You can't do the weekly time trial because it doesn't send your time. But also, you need to be online to do any of the events. So, other than that, though, you could literally turn the Wi-Fi off on your device, and every other aspect of the game will work fine in terms of playing in each of the series. I'm going to start charging per question, you know. I'm only joking. Right, speed snap done in tier 2. Let's go on to tier 3. It's another autocross. Grand Prix circuit at Dubai. Let's hope I do a little bit better on this autocross than I did in the autocross on tier 1. Didn't even look what time I've got to set. Let's just get the foot down, or rather the finger down, and see where we come. 20 seconds. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, I think we might be all right there. 178, sorry. First. We are coming close up to going up a fame level. It probably won't be today. Might happen on Friday. And if it does, I think it's 68 gold at the moment. So that's not too bad. 68%. On to tier 4. It's another speed snap. This time, Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. I think I know which speed snap it'll be if it's at that. Yes. Now, this can be quite hard. Let's just quit that and try again. Not having a great deal of success with the last two cars. I've been a bit all over the place. One of the things I will say is I do find I definitely struggle with a car that has poor grip. These cars, these last two cars, absolutely do. 166, can I get there? Yes, 169. That was hard work. So another question from Ozil, because, you know, he likes his questions. So now I have 600 plus gold, well done, and 2.5 million M dollars, well done. So until I get a supercar flashback event, I ain't getting anything. So instead I am thinking about maxing 2019 F1 series, full cost, that's just M dollars. You're talking M dollars, what about R dollars? Are you not doing any road collection? And he says, I'm just asking loads of questions to get your knowledge and experience. That's fair enough. Um, yeah, don't forget road collection though. You should have plenty of opportunity with road collection. Yeah. Right, 70%. Tier 4 completed. On to Tier 6, another autocross. This time it's Laguna Seca. We're creeping up on 75%. And it's going to be a case of just getting there as quickly as possible. So a little bit of a over the bumps, over the sand dunes. There we go. So it's just that first autocross I've had a bit of a problem with. 26.25 first. Takes us up to 72%. Still got quite a bit of durability left on the car as well. On to Speed Snap at Melbourne. Very good. Says he is doing road collection as well. That's what I like to see. This is where Real Racing 3 comes from. The whole idea, the original concept of the game was the idea of taking production model cars and racing them around racing tracks. So that's why I've got a little bit of a soft spot for the road collection more so than motorsports, because it harks back to the original origins of the game. %74, tier 7 completed. On to tier 8, autocross. I'll tell you what, if I get this and get to 75%, I may go back and see if I can do the first autocross. Pressure kind of being off, so to speak. So I'm at Daytona. I'm a fan of Daytona Speedway. I'm not a fan of either the motorcycle course or the road course. I do find there's not a massive amount of overtaking opportunities, and I've just killed my opportunity there because it slowed me down. Look at that, I'm way over. I love the way he goes from first all the way to fifth. So that's 2 autocrosses I've struggled at. I mean, in fairness, I wasn't a million miles away, so I'm going to have another go at that. And I did make 2 errors. So let's see if we can remove those errors and get first. But yeah, it's a track I'm not a fan of. In fairness, I have got a slower time to complete here, so outside chance of getting this done, so long as I don't mess this corner up. There we go. There we go, that's so much better. In the 45s, this time it's a first. Ozil says, I mean, asking questions does give you a sense of happiness too, right? That at least someone is active in chat or watching. it's just give and take, man. Cheeky. Fair enough. Fair enough. No problem at all. Right, so 75% achieved, 30 gold earned, and apparently I got some more dollars as well. We're almost, despite the fact I literally have spent, was it 658 gold today? I'm almost back up to 2,000 gold. Not bad. Plenty of opportunity to be earning gold during the week as well. Let's carry on until this car needs servicing. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. I probably will end the stream at 2 hours. That's the perfect time for a racing stream, I feel. But we will be back tomorrow with an event split into 2 parts because it's a long one, allegedly. Oh, hello. We might have a problem with the sound there. We're going to turn the sound off just for one moment. And then after I've done this race, I'll reset the game. Am I doing the same? No. Oh, no, that's right. I've gone back to the first. Lost what I was doing then. Oh, forget it. Okay, so the game is playing up. Let me just reset it. One moment. Okay. Get that back up on screen. There we go. Right, let's get that back on. Boom, game back. Audio back on. Don't know what happened there. But it was played up. Let's attempt to get that autocross done. We need to do 31.559, which is actually a quicker time than what it had before. So I'm not doing very well with this one. Let's give it another go. Ooh, have we got first? There we go, first. Ozil says, you are way more than twice my age, so experience and knowledge is gold to me. Well, that's very kind of you. I'll tell you what happens, though, as you get older. If you watch Formula One, I think it's an interesting experience because I believe Lewis Hamilton may be coming across this and he's finding it a bit strange. But your reaction times do slow down as you get older. So as an older person, all you can offer necessarily is experience, not necessarily road racecraft. You do start to lose those reaction times. So as a young man, you should have better reaction times than me, but I will do my best to pass on the experience that I have in playing this game. And then you will be better than me at this game, and I can retire. Right. 77%. Tier 1 at last done. What's in tier 9? A speed snap. Is anyone seeing a little bit of a pattern? It's each other tier is speed snap. And then each other tier is an autocross. Okay, so speed snap at Laguna Seca usually means I've sort of, not this corner, but the next corner, going slow so I can accelerate out early. So now, there you go. Oh, I see I've gone off there. I hit the grass, it slowed me down, and that stopped me from achieving my goal. So that was a rubbish score. But all we do is we try again. There's an example of my slow reaction times. Give it another go. There we go. 134 miles per hour. Blew that out of the water. That should have happened the first time. Not to worry. Close to completing the durability. I really don't want to finish on doing a long race though, so we'll just carry on going left to right. Let's have a look what we've got. Have we got any quick races left? And that aren't cups? The answer to that is no. So what do we do? What do we do? We carry on. We carry on. Autocross. This time at Mount Panorama. Speaking of slightly long races, autocross at Mount Panorama always takes at least 40 seconds. Some of the slower cars over a minute. Up the hill, across the hill, down the hill. Sorry, did I say hill? I meant mountain. Oh, we're doing all right. We're doing okay. 40 seconds. It's going to be close, but I think we're okay. There we go. 48 seconds. That's another first. Ruber Dutter says, lovely. Indeed it was, sir. Thank you very much. Ozil says, your way of doing it seems a bit less monotonous and enjoying just quick experience it. How you hold me earlier, you do specific races in exclusive. Yeah, I am aware, like, some of the races can be boring, and sometimes we do have to do them, and sometimes I do show them. But I do try to avoid the really, really boring races. That's a bit of a problem on like the limited series because I do all of the limited series, and we had one. I actually think it was with the Taycan GT, so the Porsche Taycan Turbo GT, and all the cups were very long, and it was boring. It was so boring to do. It was boring to do, So I know it was boring to watch. But sometimes you just talk a lot, and that maybe just keeps people interest. And I have been known for saying a few words from time to time. Right, speed snap this time. It's another thing where you get a corner, you got to sort of go slow in the corner, then try and accelerate out as early as possible. It's, again, another track I despise, the Formula E tracks. How are we doing there? Yeah, no, not a first there. Not a first. Right, audio's gone down. Let me just turn that up a bit. There we go. There we go. Right. Leper Messiah, strange name, but welcome along. I hope you're not a Messiah of the leper, or maybe you are. Maybe it's cryptic for something else. Leprosy is not a good thing, but welcome along anyway. Says hi, hello back. Is 1.36.211 slow with the basic sensor? Am fairly new. Well, let me give you an example of that, because a lot of my team have tried that. So you can do a comparison. To be fair, technically speaking, I can't answer that, but I might be able to show you. So if I go to my team, so obviously I've got the Jesko, but a lot of the guys there down the bottom, I've got a Lamborghini Essenza SCV12 with the PR being at 69.3. So based on the guys racing, they've got a time of 1:37.038. So if your time with a PR of 69.3 is a 1:36.211, I think that's pretty good. And Leper Messiah says, I help the poor and needed. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's fine. That's not a problem. Yeah, so I'd say that's a pretty good time. Pretty good time indeed. So well done on both your time and helping the poor and needed. Right, back to the exclusive series. We're at 81%. Let's do the speed snap again. You can make that into a song. Let's do the speed snap again. Right, let's see if we can get it right this time. Probably not. Probably not. No. Oh, 116, yes. Woo! Not a fan of the Formula E tracks, so I like to get on them, do my business, and then leave them well alone. Tier 12 completed, on to Tier 13, Autocross at Spa-Francorchamps. Might be another long one. 30 seconds, that's not too bad. So Leper Messiah says, I mean, that way I took the username. It's an old biblical reference, though. I'm not religious. Yes, I'm aware of the context. It's the idea of being a messiah to people that have leprosy, though. That's the bit that sort of bothers me. But I am aware of the biblical context, of course. Or maybe it's not, of course, but I am aware. That was like a bit, ooh. Oh, messed it up right at the end. Still managed to get first, though. Oh dear, that was almost a disaster. How close was I not getting to not getting first? Oh, actually, I was nowhere near. What was I worried about? There we go. So that is another autocross completed. We are almost out of durability. Now, under normal circumstances, I would try to maximize the durability by doing a long race, but we've already been racing over 2 hours. So I think all I'm going to do is use the durability up doing the short races, and then hopefully, this particular series will look to take to 100% on Friday. Okay, let's go. Go, go, foot down, just foot down. Speed, 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 speed. Don't know what I've got to get. Should have checked, but I don't sometimes. 208 miles per hour, are you having a laugh? Oh, maybe not. 208 miles per hour? I'll never get to 208 miles per hour. Oh. Oh, I didn't see that one coming. Oh, good question from Leper Messiah. Do you ever buy a VIP treatment for your cars? No, no, no. I always avoid spending gold on all of those sort of things. Just let it. Again, if you've got loads of cars, you do a car, put it into service, do another car. I mean, let's have a look here. See, look, I've got 2 cars being serviced at the moment. I'm on to my 3rd car, and I've been racing for 2 hours. And that'll be enough after today. That'll be me done. So no, definitely try to avoid spending gold by doing VIP and stuff. So Ozil says, why do you stream on specific days? What about the rest of the week? So I do tend to try and stream Monday through to Friday. I've stopped. I used to stream at the weekend. I've stopped doing that now, just so I've got a little bit of a break. Sometimes I am unable to stream during the week. And when that is the case, the other thing that I like doing is riding roller coasters. So on my channel, you'll find a mixture of me playing this game and roller coaster videos. So yeah, generally speaking, Monday through to Friday is when you'll find me, hopefully. But I do try in my streams let you know what's coming up. And indeed, if there down the bottom there, you should. If you play back the video, there should be a schedule about when I'm streaming and what I'll be streaming. So, yep, try to keep you updated with what I'm doing, because you may or may not be interested. And that obviously does include completing or competing in the special events, of which we'll be doing one tomorrow. Did you like that segue? That was pretty good, that, I thought, yeah? Right. What am I doing here? Is it an autocross? It is. It's an autocross around a number Formula E circuit. I don't like these circuits. Why is it always the Berlin one? Yeah, nowhere near. Not a fan. Not a fan of the Formula E circuits. I do struggle to really just get to grips with how tight those courses are. The fact that you've got long straights and then 180 corners. Not a fan at all. Right, see, I've already messed that up. So this might be the last race, and it's not going to be a first. It's going to be a 4th. Might have one more go available. Let's have a look. 21.298. I'm not a million miles from getting first, and I have got a little bit of durability. So let's see what we can do. Might be the last go, might not be. There we go. Managed to get first. Question is that the car needing to be serviced, or have we got one more race in her? Indeed we do. So this will be the last race. Let's have a look at what's going on in the chats. Leopard Messiah says, I'd better get around winning some cars, I guess. Yes. Leopard Messiah says, do you have any suggestions for winning $all except endless endurance? I don't like the cutting corners tactics. In fairness, if you're relatively new to the game, endless endurance is going to be almost impossible because typically there's a number of things you need to do endless endurance. One is a fully upgraded car, typically, not always, but typically. Two, you need to cut corners, and you said you don't like doing that. And three, to be able to cut corners, you need all the assists off. So for me, what I tend to do is I take advantage of the 5 crew members. So you've got 3 crew members, but 5 times a day, if you play an advert, you can hire a crew member for free. And I focus on the agent. Now you're talking about $R, so that would be focusing on the manager. You pick your longest races, you hire your manager, don't spend a gold, play a video, get the manager for free, do him 5 times a day, race your longest races, you get double your $R. There we go. That's a relatively easy way to start maximizing your $R earnings. There we go. There we go. 88% drag race. Drag race next. What are we going to do? Probably struggle. I think it will be the last race. I think what we'll do is we'll call it the last race anyway. Oops. Oh dear, what have I done there? Let's try that again. Something went wrong there. I must have messed up. There we go, that's better. All right, so that's at least third. Let's see if we can get second now. Oh my word. That guy just flew out the blocks. Now you notice there sometimes they do an early shift. I don't think it actually makes any difference, but it feels like it's quicker, but I'm sure it isn't. There we go. There we go. And it's a first. Okay, there we go. That will be I think that will be the end of racing. The car does indeed need servicing. We shall put it straight into servicing. We've gone past 75% and we actually sit at 90%. So this series will be back with the intention of taking that to 100% and earning 40 gold. In addition, the Koenigsegg will be back on Friday with the intention of getting to 25% and earning 10 gold. So a bit of gold to be earned there. In terms of tomorrow, I should be getting 2 sets of rewards. The weekly time trial reward, which I actually sneaked into Group C with a car that I hadn't got fully upgraded. And the 911 challenges, which I was in Group C with a fully upgraded car. So 75 gold potentially. We'll find out tomorrow. That's the end of racing today. It has been all road collection racing, but it's been quite good fun. I'm very appreciative of everybody that's watched and all the comments in the chat. I will be just checking what everyone else is saying before we go, but a quick just to let you know what I'm doing tomorrow. We've got for me, a flashback event for Path of Defiance. It's not going to earn me a great deal. 5,000 VP, 10 gold. I don't know. Let's have a look. I'm sitting at 39,500 VP. So I can earn 60 gold tomorrow once I've got over 40,700. Now, it says an 8-day event, but what that means is there are 8 stages. So it's a bit of a long event. So what I'm thinking of doing, I've obviously done it before and I've had a quick look at what's involved. I'm thinking of doing stages 1 to 6 tomorrow, and then the long stages of 7 and 8 on Thursday. But we'll see how we get on. We'll see how we get on. I've already got that car. In fact, let's have a look because I don't think there's a great deal of Masters. Uh, I know it's a sports car, but I think we should be able to have a look in the garage. There we are, Mazda, 6 cars in total. There we go. I've got it at 86 PR, having upgraded 23 out of 27. I think that should be enough to complete the event over the 2 days. So let's hope it is. Right, let's have a look. Ozil says, do races where we get our dollars right, or specific races with manager tactic you just gave? Yeah, so pick either pick endurance that you can go long at, or cups that have plenty of laps that you can win. And if your focus is to earn R dollars, then each day. So if I go in just to show you, each day I'll just pick any race. If I go to the manager now, again, it needs to be online for you to hire this. But you see there's a hire button that will play an advert. You just have to let it play the advert, and then once it's played the advert, you get a manager for free, and you can do that up to 5 times. If your focus is gold, so you would need to hire the agent. That earns you double fame, which obviously the closer you get to going up a fame level, you earn a pot of gold. Now you can only do that 5 times, so that means 5 crew members a day. So if you hire both the manager and the agent for a race, that counts as 2. But it's a good way of, say, focusing on earning double R dollars in a particular day and hiring the manager for free by playing an advert, and you get that 5 times a day. And then maybe the next day do it for the agent. Okay. Right, Leper Masai says, thank you. One last question. I find the steering sensitivity weird. I calibrate and with steering assist off, I must almost flip my phone 90 degrees. With light assist, it's good for normal cars. Okay, yeah. So if you have, and you are correct, you are spot on. So one last thing to go through. Steering sensitivity. If you have steering sensitivity set very low, you're going to literally have to do this. Yeah? If its sensitivity is low, you've got to do more to get it to turn. That's all it means. As you see there, I've got my all my assists off, but I have my steering sensitivity set to 5. So I haven't got to do this. I'm an old man. My responses are not as good as the young people out there. So I don't want to be doing this because it'll take me longer. So I've got my steering sensitivity set higher at 5. So all I have to do is this. And I can manage that. There we go. That's it. That's the end of the stream. Thank you all for all your questions. If you've got more questions, you'll have to, well, I say you'll have to wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow's an event. So if you want more serious questions, ask them on Friday. But if you've got questions about the event, then you can obviously ask that tomorrow. Okay, there we go. What another great stream. Thank you all very much for making it so enjoyable. It's very much appreciated. Oh, Leper Messiah says, I'm 56. Fair enough. In which case, you definitely need the steering sensitivity set high, so you're not having to do this. Because as older guys, it takes us a little bit longer to do that. So we need that set higher, so we don't have to do it quite so much. All right. Right. I've lost my thread. I've lost my thread. Just let me get me head back in the game. Okay, so if you have enjoyed this stream, then please give it a thumbs up or a like. Thank you very much if you already have. It's much appreciated. If you'd like to see more of this type of content, then please subscribe to the channel The Fifth Guardian if you watch on YouTube, or follow The Fifth Guardian if you watch on Rumble. With that being said, I hope whatever is left of your day is a very good one. And yeah, hope to see you tomorrow. So until then, thank you and goodbye.